Well, hello everyone. This is Mr. Junior or Mr. Dennis Jr. here. Gonna play some Drive Club VR. I haven't streamed in a couple weeks. Mainly due to the fact that I just haven't had the gumption to stream, haven't had the time to. I'm currently in the process of flipping a car, so that's taken up a decent bit of my time, my gold. So I am gonna stream again tomorrow, live multiplayer. But for right now, let's chill out. Let's forget what's happening around the world at the moment. So we're gonna do a single event, and this is my personal favorite way to rack up points. Is a race in Scotland. It's on the actual racetrack, and let's go with earlier in the morning. Okay, let's clear. Yep, 25 laps, 7 opponents. Let's play. Now, I'm going to use the Lotus. Or not Lotus. Caterham. There we go. There it is. Favorite car to drive. There we go. So just view up or down. Yep, grinding. Absolutely. I gotta get all those accolade points. The AI here doesn't really understand if you exist or not, which is something that, if Evolution Studios still existed, I would 100%. I would 100% ask them to change. Yep. There are a lot of cool cars in this game. Yep, the hatchback rally thing, the blue. Yeah, let's just hope that that later on this year we'll get to see some really nice VR racing games for the PlayStation 5. I'm just really hoping that that's a thing, because even though I'm likely not going to get the 2.0 headset, I mean, unless I make a ton of money from these flips. But I'm likely not going to get the 2.0 headset. So the 1.0 headset is perfectly fine with me at the moment. On Automobilista 2, I've seen a little bit of it. He chose literally the worst car and the worst track possible. Because I tried that Formula car on Adelaide. I believe it's called Adelaide Motorsports Park. I know it's a V8 Supercars location. But I tried it, and the car was pretty much undrivable. Now, whether that's down to me just being a terrible driver, or the fact that the car is actually bad to drive, that's up for debate. I just couldn't drive it. Now, my favorite combo so far in that game has been Interlagos with the stock cars that they have. My big issue with the game is that even though most of the sounds are amazing, the V10 just doesn't sound right. Like it, because you hear this engine. You hear how it shifts, but in AMS2, the V10s, instead of shifting up, they sound like they're. Keep thinking, oh yeah, Gold, you have to remember that you have a character limit for some reason, but But no, the V10, it sounds like they're shifting down instead of shifting up. Oh, yeah. That it's not just a Polyphony original track. I don't know, I have a love-hate relationship with that track. I hate turns 1 and 2, or 1, 2, 3, and 4, however they classify that little chicane. I really don't like that. But it is the track that I have gotten my best scoring position so far on GT Sport, which, by the way, I'm not gonna be doing anymore. GT Sport looks, it's an amazing looking game. And the physics are definitely a lot better than they were in GT6. But I really just can't handle the shifting in that game. Like, I was wondering why all these people were legitimately just smoking me in the game, and because, like, I can understand being beaten by, I don't know, a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds, but being beat by 8, 9 seconds at a time, I just don't understand. X2014. That is very possible because I did try that and I beat my previous best. Yeah, I beat my previous best by almost 2 seconds by doing that crap. So, yeah. You try that on a normal car, that thing's gonna explode. The engine is just gone. Let's see, how am I doing? I'm at 24K. Yeah, don't have to worry much. Yeah. Yeah, I would play GT Sport, maybe not competitively, but I would so play Gran Turismo Sport more if they had the old tracks and cars that I kind of actually cared about. Especially, like, convertibles. Like, I would love to see this car in the game, but it just doesn't happen. For anyone watching who doesn't know this, I'm playing on PlayStation. Yeah, Negcon? I don't think so. I'm not going to play Ridge Racer enough to justify it. But yeah, for those of you Black Analog Sport, yeah, yep. Genius. 3 trillion IQ move. Yeah. Once again, for those of you who are watching and don't know this, I'm streaming on PlayStation 4 and the PSVR headset. But I am in no way a fanboy of Sony. I'm not a fanboy of Microsoft either. It's whenever people start talking to you about how being an adult sucks and how they all wish they could be kids again, I don't. I don't miss being a kid, because I wouldn't have been able to do this as a kid. My parents were very frugal, and they got one console. PC, emulation, yeah. PC emulation is very nice. Yeah, my parents were very frugal. I only had one console really growing up. I had technically 2, but that was the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1, and all PlayStation 1 games could be played on the PlayStation 2. I didn't have a choice of what console I would get. I just had whatever my parents wanted me to get. But now I have every offering from Sony and Microsoft, and I just put down my pre-order for orders GameStop for both the Series X and the PS5. And I have a PC. I'm also able to start flipping cars. I have a job. I'm going to college. Yep. Once again, I like Nintendo up to and including the Wii. After that, I don't really like them. I start ranting if I talk about Nintendo or modern Nintendo. Yeah, whenever it comes to console wars, I am legitimately anything but modern Nintendo. But the best part about being an adult and being able to have both consoles is that you can really have an unbiased view on which console that you like more. And at that point, it's not even really which console you like more, it's what games that are on it that you like more. Like, especially nowadays when the One X and PS4 Pro are about the same power level in terms of what they can actually do. It's not really a contest of which is the most powerful console, because even though the One X is technically the more powerful console, the PS4 Pro has VR and the One X doesn't. And it really, it actually does grind my gears that it's not a thing on Xbox. Because I would... Xbox and PS2. Honestly, kind of... Gold, remember character limit. If you're on an iPhone, basically 1.5 lines. Mixed. PS2 had a bigger variety of games, but I think Xbox really had a specialty. Character limit. Yeah, they're each good in their own way. On PC, I don't know what it is for PC, but like for PlayStation, the main thing, I'm a racing game person. Basically, if you have an amazing racing game, I will purchase it. I believe I have. I have a collection of a lot of 360, PS2, and original Xbox titles. And then I have a lot on PC as well, and PS4 and Xbox One. Someone asked me the other day, I believe it was on the Gran Turismo Sport Discord, they asked what your favorite racing game was for design, and I really couldn't answer. It's okay. Humble brag. Whenever you have enough racing games, 14 FPS, oh whatever. At a certain point, whenever you have enough racing games, it's very hard to pick a favorite. Like, I would say near impossible. If someone has, say, over 40 racing games, and they say, oh, this one's my favorite, they're kind of lying. Because first off, you have those 40 games. You have all of them you have all those in the first place. So there had to be a reason why you had them. If you had maybe 4 or 5 racing games, then I could understand there being a couple mistakes in there, and you're like, oh, well, it's really only between these 2 games for my favorite, and I guess if I have to choose one or the other, it's going to be this. Having a lot of racing games means you can't really pick a favorite. Like, his favorite? Yeah, favorite in any category, honestly. Favorite sim, favorite arcade, favorite VR compatible game, favorite PS2 game, favorite Xbox original game, favorite 360 game, favorite PS3 game. Even narrowing it down like that, it's still really, really hard to get a good read on what is actually my favorite. But no, that after a while, it's really hard to tell what your favorite racing is. Driver San Francisco. Yeah, it's really hard for me to pick a favorite game. The game that most surprised me at all wasn't just released for the 360. Yeah. Like, it's very hard to really surprise me anymore with racing games, but the racing game that absolutely surprised me the most was Road Trip USA. It's from the Chorokyu series on a PS2. And that game really... basically the entire time that I played it, I smiled. It was just as long as it needed to be. It had a consistent art style. It had an open world. Like, I was just very, very, very surprised. In general, like, pleasantly surprised. But I don't think it's my favorite racing game of all time. Japanese games. Yeah, it'd have to be a very, very specific... It would have to hit a very specific note in order for me to purchase it. In fact, now I have to stop watching CGR's videos because, well, for two reasons. One, his reviews kind of tick me off. And two, because of that, basically any game that he pans, it's like an automatic indication that I need to purchase it. Because the way that he reviews games, I mean, I'm not trying to be... Hotshot Racing? Yeah, I'm still waiting for that to come out. I really want it to. But CGR, he compares every single racing game ever to Gran Turismo. Every single one. And, well, yes, Gran Turismo, I believe, is the best-selling racing series of all time. That doesn't mean that every game needs to be just like it. Just like how Fortnite was big, not every game needs to be Fortnite. Fortnite has its thing. Gran Turismo is its own thing. And while there are some really cool Gran Turismo clones, you could say, not every game is trying to be like it. So that's the first thing. And then also, he really does not do a good job of actually playing the games to their... He doesn't play enough of the games to really understand them. Now, I don't like Ridge Racer 7 for a few different reasons, but they're not for the reasons that he gives in his videos. I just don't like the handling model of Ridge Racer 7. I mean, the graphics look really awesome, but I just can't stand the handling model. But because he is kind of inept in the way that he reviews games, it means that there are some hidden gems that I can find and really enjoy. I believe it's called Virtua Racing. I just got it a few days ago, and I really like it. It's very rewarding. I believe he also panned Enthusia, professional racing, and Enthusia is definitely one of my favorite games. Very niche gold, remember. Character limit. Race with Casey, etc. See, what I want to do is kind of like how Color Shed does. Although I had this idea before I found the channel. I really want to go through all of these old games and really give them a fair shake. I would love to review them. The only problem is that I just don't have really the patience to edit all the videos to where they need to be. And I'm not at the point where I can hire an editor, so I'll just have to do these live streams. Is it virtual racing? Let me actually really quick... Hold on. I've got it beside me. Sorry about this. Oh, wait, no. Vanishing Point. Vanishing Point. I apologize. I got those two mixed up. But, let me fix. Actually, I gotta fix one... No, my fan's on, so... Got my hopes up, Chief? Yeah. Yeah, I can get it emulated if I ever want to. But, anyway, Vanishing Point, he really panned it, and then there was someone who, sorry, in the comments who was talking about that later on in the game, you can actually upgrade the cars and make it to where even like the Ford Ranger is really good. Now, if I had to pick my number one all-time best, no holds bar, no specific category. If I had to pick my absolute favorite racing game ever, it would have to be Horizon 4. I know saying that my favorite game ever is an Xbox title on PlayStation 4, but remember, I am no... Is that PS2 release? Nice. But like, you have to remember, I am no console fanboy. I am not beholden to a single manufacturer. There are a few different reasons why Horizon 4 takes the cake over Gran Turismo 4, in my personal opinion. My honest opinion, humble opinion, whatever. The reason why it beats it out is because with Horizon 4, that game has been updated. It actually has love put... I can tell that it has love put into it. Now, GT4 does have love put into it, but it was not at the time when you could update games. Or at least Polyphony wasn't really too inclined to do so. So Horizon 4, it was a good game on release. I know there are some people, including Knight, who will disagree with me on that. It's a good game on release, not perfect, but there was a lot to do, there were a lot of cars, and there was a way to really enjoy them. Gran Turismo suffers in my opinion now, it's a really big problem. Especially for the type of person that I am. I love to look at cars. I love to take pictures of cars. I love to look at the replays. I love to do all that stuff. So, if you have a way for me to really explore the cars, I will be entranced for ages. And Forza, ever since Motorsport 4, but really Motorsport 5, all the cars have the Forza Vista mode, where you can open the doors, get in the car, start up the engine, look at the engine, look at the trunk, look at the tires, etc. And you get to really appreciate the models. I mean, you can tell where they had to skimp out on polygons. Especially the, if you ever look in a Forza Horizon car or Forza Motorsport car from the Xbox era, you'll notice that if you ever look at the air vents, those things are very simple. They're very polygonal. But really, other than that, the car sounds are nicer. The models, even though they may not be as high a resolution, at least I can actually really appreciate them. I can really look at the cars. The replays are very dynamic and they're very in your face. Now, GT4 definitely has more cars. It still has more cars. The other issue is that you can't really customize your car. You can't change the paint color. You can't. You can change the rims, but you can't really add like front splitters or front bumpers. You can't add rear bumpers. You can't really add many wings. It's basically the GT Auto wing selection in GT4 is basically just, hey, you have 3 different styles of wing to choose from, and each has like 5 different colors. So Horizon 4 has that on Gran Turismo 4. Of course, the graphics, but that's not really a fair fight. The weather system, the fact that you can customize your character, I personally really like that, because it makes you, not only are you customizing your car, you're also customizing your personality in the game. I'd like for them to go deeper with that in either in a later update to Horizon 4 or whenever they release Horizon 5. I really hope they go a little bit more in-depth with that, because it's very satisfying to see my character doing different things and being dressed different ways. The handling in GT4 is obviously a sim. I have not played... I played 2 hours on beta release 1. I think we're now on beta release 3? I haven't played it since then. And Sim Racing Paddock got really mad at me whenever I asked him, because because on the Ryza forums, on the beta forums, or whenever you pre-order AMS2, or if you did the pre-order early backing thing, you got access to the beta forums. And there are a few rules with the beta forums. One of them, whenever the beta was released, one of the rules was you couldn't live stream. Now, it's for perfectly understandable reasons why they wouldn't want you to live stream. They don't want things that can really mess up to be part of your video or part of the stream. And that's understandable. You could do videos, but you just couldn't do live streams. And Sim Racing Paddock was live streaming yesterday. So I went in and was, because I didn't want him to get in hot water with Ryza. It's just trying to help someone out. And so I said, "Are you sure Ryza is okay with this?" And whenever we were ready, he said, "So for the 3rd time, I'm going to tell you that as of beta release 2.0, the embargo has been lifted." So he got kind of mad at me for that. But I mean, it kind of hurt, but I don't really I don't watch it much anyway, so it's not like it's not like it totally devastated me. It just sucks whenever people act like that. Like, dude, I understand that you've probably been getting that question a couple times already, but it's a legitimate question. It's not like these people are just asking you just to piss you off. They're asking you because probably a lot of them haven't played the game since beta release 1, and I haven't looked at the Rise of forum since then. I don't know really what the updates are. So I might be playing that a little bit more, but yeah, AMS2, I have some thoughts on it. They're really positive thoughts in all honesty, but I'll probably save that for a complete whenever the game releases. I wonder how many accolade points we're going to get from this race. I really fear what would happen if my seat was actually leather instead of like cotton. Yeah, Renault's not exactly a quick boy. Oh, I did see that Jimmy Broadbent is finally... Oh, there's the finish! Yay! Let's see. How many points did I get? Whew. It's a lot of clean racing skills. Drafting. Oh. Oh. So pumped to compete. Woo! Nice. Club level 20. And achieve his dream. Oh yeah. I mean, it just sucks that of the things that are happening and that they may not be able to start the season right now. But he is living his dream, and I'm ultra happy for him. Like, that is... I saw, I already forget his name, but it's the guy from Outside Xbox. I watched a full series. It was an 8-part series on him becoming a racing driver. He saved up his money over a long time, and for about £40,000, he bought... let's see. What is it again? It's the Jetta GT40, I believe. He bought a Jetta GT40, and there's a... It's a 4-track, 8-race season. And you compete against other people. It's your car. The mechanics do everything for you, and you just get to have fun. So, Fassbender. I actually don't know who that is. I probably should. For Porsche. I don't know who that is, but yeah, that is eventually my dream to become a racing driver. If my nearly 100 racing games doesn't say that enough. Okay. I'll save that replay. I got enough space. I can save like 30 replays, I think. Yeah, 30 replay spots remaining. Let's see if I can do this in a different car. Just to spice things up. I save a lot of my replays because I actually watch a lot of my replays. Let's go race. Let's actually go to Canada. Something epic happens. Yeah. An FM2 by Corvette. I will say you got to be careful in this game because you can think that you're gonna die basically. .30 event settings. I get 25 laps. Let's go 10 laps. 7. Legend corner flags off. Into a wall, yeah. Full speed. In VR. I'm excited to unlock this at some point. That's in 5 driver levels. Since in VR. Yeah. VR really hardens you. I probably should have bought this from the PlayStation Store because there's no way on earth that I'm ever going to be able to... that I'm going to go through the entirety of... I'm going to be able to go through the entirety of Drive Club VR. So since we can unlock that Ferrari by just playing as a Ferrari... yeah, let's do the 599 GTO. For those of you who do not know, this is actually my... If I were to ever be able to purchase a Ferrari in my life... Not if, when, basically. When I'm able to purchase a Ferrari... I'm not going to get the 458, I'm not going to get the 488, I'm not going to get the Pista, I'm not going to get any of those. For this... I'd probably go semi-auto. I'm not planning on taking this thing on a track. It would be only the 599 GTO. That's the only Ferrari that I ever want to own. 1, because it's expensive to own a Ferrari. 2, it's expensive to maintain a Ferrari. And 3, Ferrari is not exactly the best of companies whenever it comes to letting their cars do what they want. Yeah. Yeah, this is... ah, that door sound. There we go. Well, that's... I guess that's calibrated my view. There we go, that matches up with my wheel nicely. Alright. McLaren style. I believe I have driven the McLaren F1 in this game. It's in the middle of the car. You know, if I really wanted to make everyone nauseous. Is that good enough gold? I hate that there's no rewind. I'm actually going to start this race over. Nope. That's right, I forget that there's a stupid slowdown penalty. This thing doesn't like to be downshifted. It can block on this track. Question is, am I going to be able to win this race? Nah. Okay, yeah, that stupid slowdown, I'm not dealing with that. There's no way. And Formula Drift, yeah, apparently it costs like $100,000 per race to do, to run it. You know, let's just go time trial. Caught fire in for a tradition? Yeah. Well, I definitely wouldn't be Formula drifting this car if I ever got it. Corner flags off. Let's cruise. So I'm going to 218.9. Cheapest Ferrari out there. Are you serious? Okay, there is no way that this car would be this hard to drive in real life. Yeah, too much oversteer. I'm just going to keep it in third gear whenever I go around corners. Oddly enough, the KTM Expo in GTS is a really good rally car. Don't ask me why, but it is. In fact, alright, this car isn't fun to drive. Give me a second.